go drop like rain, nigga, watch me hit those trees. Okay, so this is the antithesis to my Rasengan sucks video, and boy did you guys hate that one, but it's cool, I kinda expected that, and I plan to address a few things about it in this video. But the main topic in front of us now is why I think the Chidori is a perfect jutsu and representation of what all ninjutsu should have been, and we'll start out with the regular Chidori. At its most basic form, it's akin to the Rasengan but has multiple differences. Most notably the fact that it's no longer a spinning ball of chakra but a blob of jumping lightning. And even the impact of both jutsu is vastly different. And while most instances we see of Chidori in OG Naruto are within the technique known as Lightning Blade, and yes, they are different, Chidori is just the lightning chakra in the palm of the hand, and Lightning Blade incorporates the high speed, and thus the need for the Sharingan. But because the Lightning Blade is what we usually see, we're used to seeing a hole be punched in whoever is unlucky enough to get hit by it. However, it seems like there is a lower powered version that's just a shock touch, which the Rasengan does not have. And even when talking about the Lightning Blade, I like that the high speed and reaction time are there because it's both a buff and a nerf. Like, most Rasengan hits are from a standing position at arm's length. Imagine if Naruto used that much speed to pull off a Rasengan. It would probably rip someone in half. And moving on to the vast variations of Chidori Sasuke created, this is what I meant by Naruto not being creative with Rasengan or even his use of it. Sasuke figures out how to make a close combat palm of the hand jutsu, a short to mid-range sword, multiple long-range projectiles, and even a semi-offensive defensive dome type deal. And what's crazy is I'm probably still missing things. And a lot of people in the Rasengan video were saying, well, Naruto's not smart, so he wouldn't. But like, really? Come on, guys. We all know about the dumb at life but genius at fighting MC. It's literally the biggest trope in shonen, and Naruto is no different. Though his style may be a bit more crude, it's never been out of Naruto's range to come up with something creative, which brings me to my next defense of people saying that being creative with the Rasengan was somehow underhanded or not fair and not Naruto's style. But I completely beg to differ because before Naruto's first fight with Sasuke, all of his fights beforehand used some type of sneaky, unpredictable tactic. So I'm really not even sure why people were saying that. But back to the Chidori, besides it being the perfect jutsu for Sasuke, it's also what I would have liked all ninjutsu to be molded after, at least in execution. Like, the fireball jutsu got so many variants, except a blue fire one, but why would they do something that cool? Beats me, I don't even know why I brought it up. And it seems like only Sasuke's jutsu were geared that way, but the truth is Sasuke's main two ninjutsu are the most used in the series. So it makes sense that they would get multiple variants, just so we don't have to see the same jutsu every time. And I want to say this is where I commend Naruto for his chakra nature variants of the Rasengan, but those only came on the back of his 6 paths power up from Hagoromo. So before that point, his only variant of the Rasengan was the Rasen Shuriken, and again I reiterate, this is a Rasengan with wind chakra slapped on it, that may or may not be the whole reason Naruto can even throw it, which if you had to incorporate wind chakra into a jutsu to make it throwable, Sasuke already has that before Naruto even starts training for the Rasen Shuriken. And last but certainly not least, the way in which Sasuke utilizes his most versatile and signature technique is okay. And this is just my bias. I think Naruto had a potential unlike many other anime when it came to the way the world worked. And just because of outside forces, it had to be condensed and rinsed for the world. But especially the techniques in fights had a potential to be way more fleshed out and utilized within the story. And the last thing I want to talk about is probably going to catch a little heat, but the way Sasuke uses these techniques is more fluid and dynamic than anything Naruto ever did with the Rasengan, which is wild because Sasuke's fighting style is much more rigid compared to his blonde-haired counterpart, and even lends itself more to Sasuke having less creativity because he has a different technique for each situation. But somehow we get Deidara versus Sasuke, which is one of Sasuke's best fights just because of how much on the fly and one step ahead thinking, and Naruto's parallel fight against Kakuzu barely includes him. And when it does, it's not even the throwable Rasen Shuriken that handles things. It's a palm Rasen Shuriken, which is still strong but lacks the one feature that makes it different from the original. And that's not really Naruto's fault when compared to Sasuke's Chidori being the most used and most effective jutsu in his fight with Deidara, but that's why I say this is the perfect jutsu for Sasuke. It allows him to bring out the best in himself from all corners without deviating from his core style, whereas Naruto kinda has to stop all his momentum to fire up a Rasengan. Well, at least until he gets his big power up, but who's ever talking about God Naruto or Sasuke when it comes to their actual fighting styles? Because after that power up, they kind of just become good at everything instantly. But hey, that's the video. What do you think of the Chidori? Is it all the things I said it was, or do you think there's a different jutsu that belongs here? Let me know down in the comments, and if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment, do a subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching. And until next time, peace.
That thunder on me clap, make a nigga think before he act. Have a nigga dying on his back, then we double back. Shooters leaving rubber where you at. That's why niggas never wanna match.